Most people go through life thinking mental health is a luxury, a rare trait reserved for the naturally gifted. But here's the shocking truth. 99% of people sabotage their own minds every day without even realizing it, trapped in routines that drain energy, cloud judgment, and quietly steal happiness. Imagine if you could join the 1% who actually harness clarity, resilience, and emotional balance not through expensive therapy sessions or complicated formulas, but through simple, actionable, daily habits. In the next few minutes, you'll discover counterintuitive practices so powerful they can transform your mind almost immediately. If you're ready to change your life, hit that subscribe button now and activate notifications so you won't miss any secrets that only the top 1% of mentally strong people practice daily. And the first habit, you can implement it before breakfast tomorrow. Rewiring your brain in ways most people only dream about. The morning habit that rewires your brain before 8 a.m. *. Imagine waking up before the world stirs. The quiet hum of the morning surrounding you, and your mind already sharp, focused, almost alive with potential. The first hour after you wake is secreta, secret playground for your brain, where habits shape your clarity and mental resilience more than anything else. It's not just about waking early. It's about how you use this time, the rituals that align your thoughts and emotions. Simple actions like sipping water, stretching gently, or setting your intentions can rewire your neural pathways. Think of it as programming your brain for the day, giving it a roadmap to follow that most people never even consider. One practice that few realize is incredibly powerful is journaling for just 10 minutes. Writing down your thoughts, fears, or goals allows your mind to declutter, making room for creativity and focus. You can start small. Jot 3 things you want to achieve today or note 1 challenge and how you'll overcome it. Pair this with mindful breathing, deep inhales and slow exhales, and suddenly your morning becomes a mental reset button, a personal upgrade session that primes you for productivity. This isn't theoretical. Countless successful people, from CEOs to writers, swear by these rituals, often noting that their most innovative ideas come before breakfast. And here's the subtle trick. Consistency compounds. Doing these micro habits daily, even for 15 minutes, sets a tone that cascades through the entire day, making decisions easier, emotions calmer, and energy higher. You might feel tempted to skip it or scroll your phone first, but every day you don't. You miss the chance to start your day as part of that rare 1% who actually optimize their mental health. Once you begin to notice the change, your brain craves this structure, and the next step naturally emerges, exploring the power of silence and introspection, the quiet moments that further amplify your mental clarity. Asterisks, why daily silence can transform your mental health. Asterisk, there's a hidden power in silence that most people underestimate, a quiet energy that restores the mind in ways noise and distraction never can. Just 10 minutes a day, away from phones, emails, or the constant hum of life, can recalibrate your mental state. Imagine sitting with your thoughts, letting them float without judgment, observing them like clouds passing through the sky. This isn't just meditation. It's giving your brain permission to rest while sharpening its focus. Those who embrace these moments often discover clarity that turns chaos into opportunity, and it becomes a gateway to deeper self-awareness. Practical ways to integrate silence are simple but transformative. Try a morning walk without headphones, feeling each step and noticing the world around you. Or pause mid-afternoon to breathe deeply and center yourself for 5 minutes. Even a silent cup of tea, where you focus solely on the taste, warmth, and texture, can be enough to reset your mind. These micro-moments accumulate, creating a sense of calm that permeates every interaction. The shift is subtle but profound. Stress fades, emotional reactions soften, and creativity finds space to emerge naturally, almost effortlessly. The beauty of silence is that it amplifies all other mental health practices, creating a foundation where habits like gratitude or learning stick more deeply. When you cultivate these quiet moments daily, your brain begins to crave stillness, turning reflection into a habit rather than a chore. You may notice decisions come easier, your patience increases, and even your sleep quality improves. And as you build this inner calm, the next layer of growth beckons, discovering the secret gratitude practice that only 1% of people truly embrace, which multiplies the effects of your mental clarity even further. Asterisk, the secret gratitude practice only 1% actually use. Asterisk, gratitude is more than saying thank you. It's a secret lever that rewires your brain, unlocking resilience, joy, and focus that most people never experience. The rare 1% who practice it consistently treat it as a daily ritual, a deliberate act that shapes perception rather than waiting for life to hand them happiness. Simple, yet powerful. Writing down 3 things you're grateful for each morning can change your neural pathways, turning scarcity into abundance in your mind. This practice subtly shifts attention from problems to possibilities, creating a mental environment where solutions appear naturally. And once your brain adapts, the sense of calm and fulfillment becomes almost addictive. You don't need a fancy journal or elaborate setup, just a notebook or your phone's notes app will do. Reflect on small victories, like completing a task you dreaded, or simple joys, like a smile from a stranger. Over time, these tiny acknowledgments compound, building a reservoir of positivity that buffers against stress and negative emotions. Some go further, creating a gratitude board with images, quotes, and reminders of what truly matters. The trick is consistency. It's not about grand gestures. It's about daily alignment with what enriches your mind and soul. A practice few ever maintain, but which transforms life quietly yet powerfully. The magic of gratitude is that it prepares the mind for every other mental health habit, creating fertile ground for focus, learning, and emotional balance. As you engage with this practice, you'll notice your perspective shifts, interactions improve, and resilience strengthens. And because your mind becomes attuned to noticing positivity, you naturally start protecting your energy more deliberately, which leads seamlessly to the next step, learning how saying no can preserve mental strength, energy, and emotional clarity, an essential habit for anyone aiming to join that elite 1% of mentally resilient individuals. Asterisk, how saying no protects your mind and energy. Asterisk, saying no isn't about being rude or selfish. It's a subtle superpower that preserves your mental clarity and energy. Most people agree to everything, stretching themselves thin, only to feel exhausted, overwhelmed, and disconnected from their priorities. The 1% who master this habit recognize that every yes comes with a cost, and the courage to decline liberates time for growth and meaningful pursuits. Start small. Politely refuse an extra task at work or a social invitation that drains you. Each refusal builds a stronger sense of self, creating space for the habits that truly matter, and sets the stage for continuous personal evolution. Practical strategies make this habit actionable. Visualize your boundaries clearly. Identify which requests align with your goals and which don't, and practice assertive communication. You could script a gentle, firm response like, "I appreciate the offer, but I need to focus on my priorities today." This not only safeguards your energy but models respect for your own time, which others unconsciously mirror. Over time, saying no stops being uncomfortable and becomes an empowering ritual, freeing your mind to engage deeply in self-care, learning, and reflection. It's a habit that directly supports all other mental health practices, enhancing the benefits of gratitude and silence. The ripple effect of saying no extends far beyond daily decisions. It reshapes relationships, enhances focus, and strengthens resilience under pressure. By consistently protecting your energy, you're preparing yourself for higher-level mental performance and emotional balance. And once this foundation is solid, the next habit emerges naturally, adopting a continuous learning practice, one that few people integrate into their daily lives, yet holds the key to sustained mental growth and the kind of sharp focus that defines the top 1% of mentally resilient individuals. Asterisk, the continuous learning habit that few people apply. Asterisk, continuous learning isn't just about accumulating knowledge, it's a deliberate strategy to sharpen your mind, boost resilience, and expand emotional intelligence. The rare 1% of people who apply this habit treat every day as an opportunity to grow, whether through books, podcasts, or short microlessons that fit seamlessly into their routine. Think about dedicating just 20 minutes a day to read something meaningful, like Mindset by Carol Dweck, or listening to neuroscience insights that change how you approach challenges. These small investments compound, rewiring your brain to recognize patterns, solve problems faster, and approach life with heightened awareness. The key is consistency. Learning becomes a lifestyle rather than a task. Practical applications are endless. You could take an online course on emotional intelligence, study a new language, or experiment with skills that challenge your comfort zone. The point isn't to master everything immediately, but to stretch your cognitive and emotional capacities daily. Even reviewing notes from a single insightful article or reflecting on a short lecture can reinforce mental agility. Over time, this habit increases focus, sharpens decision-making, and strengthens memory qualities that set the top 1% apart from everyone else. And once you embrace this rhythm, it naturally fuels the other habits, like gratitude, silence, and saying no, amplifying their effects exponentially. Continuous learning also cultivates curiosity, a mental trait that keeps your mind resilient and adaptive in the face of stress or uncertainty. When the brain expects growth daily, challenges become opportunities rather than threats, and stagnation loses its grip. This habit doesn't just improve intelligence, it transforms perception, perspective, and the way you interact with the world. As these practices converge, you start to see a pattern. Each habit reinforces the next, creating a self-sustaining system of mental clarity, emotional balance, and peak resilience. And now, with all 5 habits explored, the natural next step is to craft an introduction that draws people in, stirs curiosity, and sets up the entire transformational journey. Now that you've uncovered these 5 habits, the morning brain reset, the power of silence, secret gratitude, the art of saying no, and continuous learning, The question is, will you actually implement them? Will you step into the rare 1% who take control of their mental health rather than letting life control them? Imagine the shift in your energy, focus, and emotional balance. If you start today, even with small steps, which habit will you try first, and how will it change your day tomorrow? Share your answer in the comments because your story might inspire someone else to take the leap. And don't forget, subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications so you never miss the strategies that could completely transform your mind, your day, and ultimately, your life.